Hello and welcome everybody. This is going to be a reading for whatever wants to come out. On the pre-shuffle, we do have Emergence on the very back with Change underneath the deck, and Tantric Journey wanted to show itself. So this might be quite an internal change, something that's going on within you that's stepping forward and really creating a big shift in your energy. I don't know if this is a shift in your health vitality, or it seems more so, if this is related to our daily dharma today, an inner fire, something really being instigating to your energy, calling your energy forward. So, solar plexus is underneath the deck, and we have 23 dynamic coming out first. So let's go ahead and see what else wants to come out. So there's a big shift. There's Tantric Journey again. Harnessing the chaos. And there's Emergence. Crown Chakra. There's Miracle, that came out earlier as well. And Cosmic Flower came out. So there's new growth happening here, especially in your mindset with the Crown Chakra. So underneath, oh, beautiful, we've got Solar Plexus Chakra, Alchemy, Divine Masculine, Gaia, Remembrance, Empowerment of the Sacral Chakra. Okay, so I'll give you a quick peek at those. So we're using our inner fire, our inner motivation and intention to alchemize this shift and take new action in our lives here with Divine Masculine coming out. It's something that we're doing to perhaps, because of a change in the world with Gaia, but also with our connection with the energy of the earth. Remembering that we are also strong and that we matter and that what we do creates change in our lives. So where do we want to go next? Let's go to the Lemuria deck next. We do have Luminescence underneath, and I see Love and Compassion here. Sorry if you can hear that. My stomach's growling. I should have eaten. I often fast before the readings. I'll get something very soon. So here we have Fire coming out again, Solaris Sublime from the earlier reading. And then with Luminescence, look at that heart. It's like one of those heart monitors where it's kind of do. And it's like our heart is really invested in something here. Taking that in, it's beautiful, being connected to our own essence, it seems. So yeah, there's this fire in the crown. So our fiery solar plexus is our creativity and our willpower. And it looks like we're utilizing our willpower to kind of stretch our imagination or to work towards something from our imagination. So this could be a vision that you've held for a long time, or it can even be somebody getting you aggravated enough or inspired enough to take new action. But it looks like whatever is going on, it's really helping you create this new radiance in your personality. And it's a very authentic illumination of whether it's your gifts or your actual, the pulse of your heart is kind of how it's seeming. It's like sometimes, like, it's giving me the example of poetry. Many people, especially those that want to be seen in a nondescript, tough type of a way, would probably have a little bit of cringe at if they were creating poetry to bring that forward at the beginning. But then there's somehow this exposure that lends itself to this eureka moment here. Did I know already that solar plexus was below this one as well? Well, don't say. And then we have throat chakra. I was seeing also on her, right below that heart depiction, there's some blue gemstones. And I was thinking of the heart connecting with the throat. And it says, express your truth. So there's some type of artistry that we're creating that is helping us to move into a new direction. It could be this blooming of your voice in some type of a way. And then we have ether, the seamless unspeakable. And that one is coming out with soul star chakra. At the very end, after I got cut off on the video, we had both earth star chakra right alongside soul star chakra. And so we may be talking for others of you that weren't involved in the political daily dharma as to how this is hitting your energy in a new way. So I'm wondering if this is something very creative. Let's go first to this Return to Spirit deck. I haven't used this one in a while on camera. I just saw Manifest and Fairy Magic and Caretaker want to come out. So fairy magic to me in this case, based on what we've already talked about, may talk about your reluctance to be seen for some of your skills or some of your beliefs or something like that. But it looks like all of that resistance energy is just part of the divine timing of you really tapping into your solar plexus creative spark and inspired action here to, with Caretaker, it seems like you're doing this because of something to help assist a movement or something like that. Return of Spirit, the deck's namesake, comes out. Well, we'll get just a couple more. Violet Flame does come out. Storm, that to me is this dynamic, the chaos that's coming around. It can be very heavy, all of the things that come at us at once. I know this is going on in my life where it's like sometimes I really want to put all my energy behind my creative adventures, but then there's this other very earthly dimension of challenges and things that need done, you know, whether it's your household chores or interrelational dynamics or maybe your workplace balance with your family life. There's all of these different storms going on at the same time in our lives. And part of this fairy magic storm to Violet Flame is saying that we need to continue to be very diligent in continuing to balance our lives, to continue to make strides every day towards taking our power and our energy and our attention in making sure that we take care of some of the details coming up in our lives, in our relationships, and in our household. The household first and foremost, and the inner verse first and foremost, before even that, because that's like the it's the cocoon that we are able to birth ourselves forth from. And so if your house or your relationships, your personal relationships are really coming into the forefront in this reading for you, there's some creative effort that needs to be put forth into perhaps self-development in some type of a way, but that may come through the very inglamorous things such as taking care of your household or something like that. And knowledge. So for others of you, maybe all of that stuff is easy for you to do because it's just like you do that with other things. You keep up on things, but with knowledge, I think that there is some type of foreknowledge, foreshadowing going on here, that we know something that we are for some reason either feeling unstable because of things that aren't taken care of over here, lending itself to too much chaos energy to sort through our gifts and our responsibilities and whatever. But you hold some type of knowledge that could be really helpful for all of the individuals in your life, or for the vision that you hold for your life personally. Um, and it looks like you really need to take care of yourself and your knowledge base in such a way as to bring it forward. So maybe you need to get back to work on a long held vision or project, or a side hustle, some type of bringing your inner passions back into the forefront of whatever's going on here. But it looks like your knowledge is playing a big part. Shifting, and two more, frequency shift. Those two came out together a few days ago. So you're shifting in tandem with this frequency shift, and your knowledge about this and the way that you take care of and alchemize these storms and transmute and transcend these things can help other individuals to take care of their own lives and inner turmoil during this time of transition. There we have the up card. And it's actually looking to me in the camera now differently than I look at it. I'm seeing an individual standing behind another individual, such as like a tall person, a short person, or an adult and a child. And that I'm seeing this person placing their hands on the shoulders of the one in front of them, and then both of them are facing forward. And it's kind of like, whether this is talking about your ability to channel, or your ability to mentor, your ability to ground and stabilize. It could be some level of hands-on healing, something such as that. It looks like there's combined energy that's being brought into this moment. So let's put this luminescence, this return of spirit and miracle all in a line here. It looks like that this is something that you've perhaps been destined to unpack within your own energy field, and that all of this chaos energy, if you are able to ground and stabilize and do everything you're kind of being called to do, some of the things have been mentioned here, that you're actually calling the spiritual forces back into your core. It's like this reclaiming and gathering of the force of your energy. Underneath the deck, we have 20, will, wisdom, and the mind. So that's all out here on the deck, on the desk as well. So we've got the will showing up doubled here. So this might represent your creative essence blended with another's creative essence to make some type of fiery shift in your dynamic here, whatever you're dealing with, work, home, family, whatever. But then, so that's your will to shift and change. Here we've got the crown chakra talking about the mind essence. And then we've also got knowledge coming forward as the wisdom here. So you've got this divine wisdom, and the will, wisdom, and mind is the inner judgment and the inner alchemical consolidation of your skills, your efforts, and your longing to do this thing, this vision or whatever. And it's to harness the polarities here. We've got the fire and the water, that tantric journey. No shit. So the tantric journey talks about the masculine, feminine, the water and the fire coming forward. And we've got this energy coming through with our ability to harness everything that we bring forward, and then to create shifts and change, which was under the deck before. Alchemy. Oh my gosh, alchemy is under solar plexus. Beautiful. So we'll take some off the back here. We've got the Ace of Roses. The Ace of Cups is about a soul contract, and it could have to do with your personal relationships. It also could be putting your voice or your will or your knowledge where your heart is, and getting yourself committed to a new way forward. And with this, the soul contracts always come in as far as like, what do we believe about this and what do we not believe is there for us. And so that leads us to then signing up for things, pursuing certain things, and leaving other things behind. It's like what we believe in, what we know to be true, and what we know about our capacity joins in this moment to make an incredible shift in this dynamic. In Crescent Moon, Six of Keys, Six of Pentacles, there's some type of skill set that maybe you practice, such as this poetry or artistry or something, or even your voice. Oh, voice. It could even be singing, dancing, something such as that. And it looks like this is something that you're ready to put more energy behind here, but that Six of Pentacles is about getting what we deserve, and it's impossible to get what we deserve if we don't even bring forward what we have to offer. So you'll never get paid for something that you never market. You will never you'll never just be awarded something if you don't even participate in the process. And so it's kind of teasing us forwards, like something, whether it's a partnership or connection or this inspiration coming forward from some level. It's like we're taking back our power from something that has been, whether it's disorganized or disorderly or miscommunications happening, some type of limiting belief here about how we'll be received. And we need to recognize that whether it's our voice or our choices or the knowledge that we hold, this is our literal spark of the divine. And if we want to bring the spirit back into our lives, bring that inspiration back into our lives, we really need to talk about and align with what's in our heart. So for some of you, it's definitely going to be love. And for others, it's definitely part of your skill set and artistry. Maybe it's coming together. And then marketing and being seen for the things that you offer. It will help balance your life here. So Seven of Forces, Seven of Wands can talk about battles, and it could for you have to do with some type of legal balance or some type of legal battle that came in your life, past, present, or is anticipated in the future, which has kind of left you out of alignment or has tarnished your reputation perhaps, or somebody. Yeah, there could be many different things going through, but it looks like you're still sorting something out and bringing your life back into balance after this upset for some of you. Then we have Archangel Raphael, number 8, helping you to connect with your heart space with this big onslaught of emotional resonance, whether it's anger, creativity, fear, or anxiety, happiness, or desire. Any of these things can come forward. And for some of you, maybe some of you are even going back to school or getting some type of a degree to do with the law end of things. And there are many different legal avenues besides like lawyers and judges and politicians. We can talk about public servants and how all of the support staff that goes into all of the different areas. It can be local governments and so on. It can be police forces. It can be EMTs and those type of service energies. But yeah, it looks like some of you are really wanting to rebalance your life so that you feel ready for this next leg of the journey. And I think that this foreshadowing that we're talking about is you understand that it's time, that you're ready, that you have the skills on the larger scale, and you're just kind of figuring out what the next commitment is that's going to lead you to this transcendence of some type of limiting belief. And it might be self-reflection. Right before I paused there, it's kind of looking at that solar plexus energy and feeling the energy of anger and aggression and feeling marginalized. And many of you will have dealt with different types of bullying and otherwise behavior that has compromised your own center of your will, or poor mentors, bad examples, violent parents, neglectful parents, whatever it might be. But I feel like reflecting upon your personal experience and upon what you're drawn to help and assist with going forward is going to unlock this next level for you, because it is about the fire in the water. It's about calming the urges, balancing the urges, but also allowing things to flow in a very natural way. And so if we are needing to get our life back in balance, I feel like we're also being told that we can kind of combine things. Like, for instance, I can watch YouTube while I'm doing the dishes. I can go and do my chores and listen to some music and sing along to some music. I can do my meditation while I garden. I can exercise and work on my anger issues. Any of these type of things. And we can get mentorship in the same type of way. We can join with community and connect with loving energies in our world in a new way going forward. And I think that's what we're talking about here, is being able to utilize our skills, our desires, and our all of the resources around us of people, places, things, and all of that. Yeah, so I think let's go ahead and we'll get some DIY cards, but I just want to get something from the Mixed Art of War Dao De Ching deck here. Let's go here. Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. So it looks like here, when we're talking about this aggressive energy or creative energy, it's like, how can we transcend and transmute lower energies such as self-doubt or inner guilt or shame for having done something that we judge or others might judge? It looks like we need to really know where those skills are and where those liabilities are, and to be prepared, because every time that we get super aligned with our voice and our beauty and our artistry, we are going to probably attract a couple of haters, or at least people who don't like it when people are in their power and in their flow and in their artistry. They're going to want you to get back into your cage, play small, uplift the celebrity culture, whatever it might be. I don't know. But to know thyself is only half the battle, but to understand that these individuals that are hating are not hating what we are. It's hating that they are not. And so that's how we know the quote enemy. And the same can be said in the workplace and in our family. Like, I often talk about my teenager, and that has its own level of necessary reflection, introspection, how we each come from some type of legacy of mentorship and parenting, and how we can utilize our creative energy to move beyond what limits and what takes us back into what we fear. So talking again about abandonment, neglect, abuse, then we can look at our families that we are generating and find that we may only try a couple things and then become fearful. Or let's say you've got a great relationship. Um, well, let's keep moving. I want to just let that one go for a minute. Sun Tzu also says, the organization in which leaders and employees are united in purpose will be successful. So if you've got that happy situation, how do you keep it in that positive momentum, it's by understanding what brings you together, understanding the purpose that you can get behind. I keep picking up this deck. I guess that I will get just a couple. Okay, we've got the 5 of Spades coming out with the Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades is a powerful card for me personally. It talks about self-mastery and very firm intuition and alignment with one's personal power, authority, wisdom, and intuition again. And so we've got this 5 of Spades coming through with, it's a Pegasus unicorn. I used to draw that when I was little, I'm thinking right now. And I believe my mom used to tell me that they had to be one or the other. They couldn't be a Pegasus and a unicorn. But here it is. I'm not the only one. So I think here we're also talking about how things can become very conflicted within our inner beingness, and how things have been modeled and how things have been instructed upon us instead of being part of our authentic energy. This one card has a miscut on the end. It's interesting. And it's the 2 of Wands. And interesting, it looks like a cave painting to me in the moment. Hieroglyph type energy. And we had a bunch come out. Queen of Diamonds now, with a meditative time spent with a loved one or a familiar. Could be pets, whatever it might be for you. And then we've got the 10 of Cups with this vessel, this cup, this vessel. And then the spear here, it's like the athame and the sacred cup. I'm seeing some procedures of cleansing and clearing water. I was taught this from one of my mentors, my Reiki mentor, Michael. Much appreciation to him. And I'm seeing how he would take the athame, the sword. You can also use a feather. I chose to use feathers more often, and you can kind of take this energy. You can take the energy off of your body, transmute it, shake it into the ground, ask that that energy be restored and revitalized into something productive and helpful for the world. But it's that sword. And so when you have the water, you can put the salt in the water, and then you put the athame in, and you can do counterclockwise to release any negativity or any lower vibrational essences, cleanse, clear that. And then you go back through and you do the clockwise rotation and imbue it with positivity. And in the moment, this is coming through as self-belief, and that we not only need to unlearn faulty programming from our predecessors and mentors, but also we need to make that magic our own. And then we need, or even before that, in conjunction with, we need to imbue ourselves as the master of our energy, our magic. We can't rely upon our mentors to come and save us or to do our sacred work. It's for us to alchemize that. And here we have the Artist's card, the 3 of Spades, with that chess piece of the Knight. And here we have King of Hearts with this rainbow essence. I don't know if some of you here maybe rainbow type warriors. And I say that in a couple of ways. It doesn't necessarily, for those that are fearful about that, it doesn't necessarily mean that you might be gay. I mean, look at how the rainbow warriors have been talked about for generations for various reasons. And I take this as the chakras being illuminated and empowered and cleansed and cleared and moving forward. So then we also have, what is this? Ex Libris? Is that talking about, I don't know Latin, but is that not something about freedom? Liberty? So 4 of Spades, 3, 4 of Spades coming out. We've got A lot of learning and teaching going on with the parts. It's reminding me of giving Reiki to animals and how, are we running out of time? How you need to know that their chakras are located in different areas, such as, the tip of the nose is very critical for many animals because their sense of scent is so powerful. Um, We've got another King of Diamonds. We've got Six of Spades, bringing in that ancient alchemical Chinese medicine, acupressure, acupuncture, the learning of the various regions of the body and how the ley lines of the body, the ki and chi, or whatever you call it, how that moves through the body, the sacred fire, and how we can be masters of directing our energy into the stagnant areas and releasing and slowly purging and transmuting energies that become pressurized and overabundant. Four of Hearts and Jack of Clubs. So I don't know if any of those have any specific meanings for any of you guys, but I promised we'd get into the DIY deck. Let's see, anything else that wants to come through? Any final messages? We have Mature Masculine. You inspire me. Retreat. It may take you getting back into your own energy to restore. Single parent. So, yeah, some of you out there, I'm getting the initials EFGH. And somebody never told you something. Possibly somebody that was an ancestor had some trust issues. And they are saying to us how beautiful it is for you to remain silent when another anticipates your rage. I love that one. Somebody thinks you have a lot of poise and decorum, and you have a lot of energy going through you here. We've got this, I don't know if I can keep my hands to myself. Mature feminine. We may be talking about this synergy between partners. Don't get caught up in the masculine feminine thing. It can be just people working together, parents and children, and so on. But it looks like somebody's really inspired to get their hands dirty in something or to produce something. They're really ready to get it going, especially with Capricorn under the deck, talking about that hard work ahead and achievement mindsets. It's going to bring you a lot of joy to get involved in this, so don't hide out too long. This opportunity is legit. Here we have the friend and professional zone, so I don't know how that plays into your relationship. Then we have Gemini, which are siblings, twins. Could be many different ways. It can also be about the lovers and the making of a sacred choice here of this contract here with the Ace of Cups. So I think that's all the time we have. Somebody's getting some newfound attention here. So I hope that helped you. I hope you got a message that was meaningful for you. And if so, please do consider hitting some of those buttons and helping us to